Let's see who else I can pick up on here. How about let's go to the 917 area code, if indeed that is someone in New York City. Would love to hear what is going on there.
Is this me?
Yes, it is.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you? Who's this?
This is Avery.
Great. What's going on?
All good. I have a couple of questions.
Okay.
I'm a software engineer, and I'm very unsure how this entire election will proceed. It seems like the American people aren't very trustworthy when it comes to online elections, and I'm unsure how voting turnouts will be.
Hold on. Who's voting on?
particularly-
Who's voting online?
Online voting.
Yeah. What states
How
are
states
doing
will
online voting?
I don't know. I don't know which states are going to be doing online voting, but this is my worry.
But I don't
that
think any of
people
them are
won't
doing
come
it.
out.
The question is in person
Are you
versus
sure?
vote by mail.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's going to be voting by mail.
Well, hopefully. Yeah. I mean, that's the idea.
All right, so the states will transfer to voting by mail. Okay, all right.
And it's not even
Okay,
really
I
a
see.
transfer. I mean, in reality, so this is an important distinction. What we're really talking about is just expanding the absentee ballot systems that are already there. Like every state already has an absentee ballot system. Some states like Oregon have been exclusively vote by mail since the 90s. So we're not really talking about creating any new systems. We're just scaling up the existing vote by mail systems that are there.
Ah, all right. Okay, it was just something that I've been quite worried about,
Yeah.
but I haven't quite done enough research in. So thanks for that clarification. But I also have another question that has been quite bothering me of late. I'm not particularly left wing or right wing for that matter. I'm more centrist, and I don't see and I don't understand why people are so anti-Trump. I sat here on the phone for 20 minutes listening to whatever his name was. I think his name was Enrique, and he was calling Trump a thief and a criminal, evil. I see people in your comments. I just read one, I think it was an hour ago, that Trump raped a 13-year-old girl. These are outrageous claims.
Well, hold on a
All
second.
of
Let's take a step back. Let's address a couple different things. So, first of all, Trump was accused of raping a 13-year-old girl. She ultimately, dropped the suit because it appears that there was huge pressure. But that is the allegation. To say that it's true, we don't have proof of that. I wouldn't look at YouTube comments necessarily. But listen, the reason Trump is so bad is he is incompetent in a way that is lethal. It is lethal incompetence.
100%.
Yeah.
He
That's why
increased
people
the
don't like him.
spending. He increased the deficit spending without cutting the budget.
Yeah, but that doesn't make him evil, or that is a political football. They all do that. But the lethal incompetence, the corruption, the doing the opposite of everything he promised, the hypocrisy, the double standards.
See, this is where I'm not quite following.
Okay.
I understand all from an economics perspective. I see and I understand what he's doing wrong.
Okay.
From a leadership point of view, I see how he's incompetent, how he runs his mouth, and how it could be dangerous, especially when handling people like the president of China and the president of North Korea.
Yeah.
I see all of this.
Okay.
And I'm particularly not so. I'm not a big fan of Trump for that reason. But from the left, I see a big, a big character attack against Trump. Sure, he has a big mouth and whatnot, but
okay, but hold on a second. Hold on a second, Avery. Let me see if I
don't
understand.
quite follow.
So you're saying that Trump is terrible on economics and his leadership has been a failure, but you're not sure why the left dislikes him so much. I mean, like, that's why, and
No, no, no.
to the
I'm
extent that
not.
you don't like the
Yeah.
tone of the left, it's, if that's really what we're saying, you don't like the way that some of the left criticizes him. Okay. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't seem like a huge deal. It's, if we're going to talk about tone, we've got to look at Trump, but you said it yourself. He's bad on economics and he's a failed leader.
I wouldn't say he's a failed leader per se.
Well, you said he's terrible.
He didn't do things that his foreign policy is okay from my perspective. He's most certainly not the most competent man I would vote for. But I don't quite understand why there's such a harsh reaction from you
are
see all
saying
sorts of
you don't like
all,
Trump,
yeah.
but you don't like Trump, and you're not exactly on the same page with the left as to the degree to which you don't like him. Is that sort of what you're saying?
Well, yes,
Okay.
but that's one thing. But I mean, I don't quite understand why it's so harsh. I see the left always looking for angles to attack Trump on with the whole Russiagate conspiracy theory that lasted for years.
Well, the
They had no
investigation went on for years.
Yeah, that's true. But this whole scandal just went for years, and then it plopped on its head. And I kept hearing on the news, Russia.
Well, now it sounds like your
And
critique is about the news, not so much about the left, right? I mean, I'm having trouble. It's weird. I'm having trouble following what your argument is. I guess you just don't think the left should be
I
as
don't
opposed to
necessarily have
Trump.
an argument. I'm trying to ask you why is there this particular harsh view of Trump and this constant attack and trying to find the angles on him?
Finding angles, it's you don't really need to go finding angles. You're talking about a guy who is in completely over his head, doesn't listen to experts, thinks he knows more than everybody, seems emotionally unstable, doesn't understand economics, doesn't understand public policy, doesn't understand foreign policy, doesn't understand geopolitics, can't take responsibility for a single mistake, and is regularly making errors that lead to people dying, as we are seeing with coronavirus. I don't know if you just don't see that as warranting people on the left being upset, then we probably just have different values in the end.
Well, I don't know. I don't see. I saw the latest video where Trump accused latest video of yours on your channel where Trump accused I think it was a report. No, it wasn't a reporter. Yeah, a TV show host. Accused him of murder.
Yes.
And then you didn't say anything particular. You didn't lay the coronavirus deaths on his feet. But I saw many people who did.
Yeah, listen, Trump is not responsible. Trump is not responsible
Mm-hmm.
for 100,000 deaths. But just 1 week earlier of saying we've got to shut things down could have saved 30,000 people. 2 weeks earlier could have saved 50. So certainly Trump is not responsible for coronavirus, but his inaction is certainly tied to some of the deaths. Listen, my friend, I got to run, but I guess I understand you don't see why the left dislikes Trump so much. And that's fine. It sounds like we have sort of different ways of evaluating, and that's okay. But I'm just trying to tell you why many on the left do see this as a lethally incompetent man. That's all the time I have for calls today. Sorry I wasn't able to get to everybody, but we will take calls again.